So how about we start standing actually, because I bet we've been sitting for a while. So we'll have the feet some inches apart from each other. And then let's just rock back and forward to the toes, lift the heels, back to the heels, lift the toes. Just feeling the feet as we move forward and back. We want to take our minds away from all the things we've been doing, all the things that we have to do later, and bring them in. Oh, you can really hear them now outside the window. But bring our minds in and focus on the body and focus on what's our internal experience. So then we can start to slow that movement down in the feet and just feel the feet. And there's kind of a rectangle within the feet at the insides of the ball of each foot and the insides of the heels. And if you were to just kind of trace that space, it'd be like a rectangle. You want to have the weight there. So you could lift the toes. And go ahead and start to move the shoulders around a bit. Circling in one way. Just loosening up before we start to change the breath. And then we'll circle the other way. I always hear a little crackling in my shoulder blade, and particularly the left side when I move through this. And we'll take the shoulders up, back, and down, and flip the palms to face forward. The hands away from the thighs. Put a soft bend in the knees. And just notice the tension in the scalp. And see if you can bring your attention to the top of the scalp and start to loosen it. Visualizing maybe a really nice drip of warm water, just kind of like touching the crown of the head, and that water maybe moving down the scalp and helping to relax the scalp. Helping to relax the space around the ears. Feel the forehead soften. Feel the temples relax. Feel the cheeks relax. Feel the upper lip and the lower lip, the chin and the jaw. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let's do this again. Breathing in. Let the belly come out as you breathe in. And exhale, we'll take that out through the mouth. A few more of these. So as we're inhaling, drawing in energy and expanding through the belly, the rib cage, and then the chest. And on the exhale, releasing from the chest, the rib cage, and then the belly. You can release through the mouth for now. Inhaling. Through the nose. Maybe even a sigh out through the mouth, letting go of tension in the physical body and in the mind. 2 more of these. Inhaling. Drawing energy within. Exhaling. Releasing excess energy or tension without by breathing out. And then after this exhale through the mouth, we're going to just start breathing in and out through the nose, and let's start to move the body a little bit. So from wherever you're standing, the top of the mat, middle, doesn't matter. But we're going to start to inhale and reach the arms all the way up. And looking upwards, bringing the head back a little. Engage the thighs, the glutes, and the low back, and start to take the arms back a little. And then neutral spine. On the exhale, release the right arm down and take the left arm up and over. So we want to have a nice even breath. So the inhalation, maybe it lasts 4 seconds or 5 seconds. And then the exhalation, have it match the inhale. So 5-second inhale, 5-second exhale. Maybe you can get to 6 or 7. But just maintain the consistency and the rhythm. The body really responds to rhythm. Inhale, come into the middle and lowering the arm as you exhale. Inhaling the right arm up. Exhale over to the left. And we'll inhale, move into the center, take the arms up. Find that back bend again, engaging the low body. This time we'll fold over the legs, take the arms out to the sides. Start to fold halfway, then bend the knees, and then release the trunk down, let the head go. So it doesn't matter if the arms are floating, that's totally fine. If they find the floor or the mat, that's totally fine. But let the head go, maybe even move the head actually. So shifting it down, looking towards the navel, and then shifting it upwards, looking forward. Taking a few more of these motions. And then we'll go ahead and just release the head and clasp opposite elbows with the hands. Let the weight of the arms, the trunk pull down, helping to open up the spine a little. Now we're going to release the arms, keep the knees bent and start to unroll the spine. The head rises last. So if the head lifted, start over, go back to the fold. And then little by little, we rise, the shoulders come up, then the head comes up. Move the shoulders around maybe, head comes to center. Okay, let's take a little bit of movement with the breath, finding that rhythm. So the next inhale, reach the arms all the way up. On the exhale, find a side bend to the right, right arm down, left arm up and over. Inhaling back into the middle, take the arms up. Exhale over to the left. These are half sun salutations. Inhale, come into the center, find that little bit of a back bend, engaging the low body. Exhale, fold over the legs. That back bend's really good for the low back. Releasing, and then come up halfway, lengthen the spine. You can bring hands to the thighs or the shins, look forward. Trunk is parallel to the floor. Exhale, fold over the legs. Bend the knees and unroll the spine. So we're doing this specific unrolling to help get some activity, some movement in the spine. Once we come up, take the arms all the way up again. Exhale, bending to the right. Inhaling middle. Exhale, bending left. Inhaling center. Back bending. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthening, straightening the back. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, and start to unroll the spine once again. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, right. Inhaling, center. Exhaling, left. Inhaling, middle. Back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Bend the knees, unroll the spine. One big swooping inhalation, rising up. Take the arms up and exhale to the right. Inhaling middle. Exhaling left. Inhaling center, back bending. And this time we'll fold and we'll stay folded for a moment. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. All right, so let's help the hips for a moment. We're just going to go into a quick little squat. Heel toe the feet apart. If you're working with a mat, forgot to ask everybody. But if you are, you want them definitely, a good probably 2 feet or so away, maybe a little less. Then we'll start to bend the knees, and we can bring the elbows right on top of the thighs, depending on how flexible the hips are. So if they're a little bit more flexible, you might be able to lower the hips all the way down closer to the heels, keeping the feet flat. And then you might be able to bring the palms together with the elbows pressed into the inner knees. Now, if you're standing, you can do this as well, or not standing, but if your hips are higher, you can do this as well, kind of pressing them and then just relaxing them, and then pressing them apart and relaxing. Now, while we do this, let's push the legs into the elbows while the elbows push back into the legs, and then relax this on the breath out. So on the inhale, we're creating tension, pushing the limbs into each other. On the exhale, we're just relaxing. This is helping with the hamstrings. Inhaling, pressing, and exhaling, relaxing, as well as the inner thighs. One more time. Inhale, pressing, and exhale, relaxing. Bring the hands down and lift the hips back up. Knees bent, feet are apart. Start to unroll the spine and come all the way back to standing. I think we're going to go into a couple standing postures before we come to seated and do some other work. So let's separate the feet apart from each other, opening them wide and opening the arms out. So we want good distance between the feet. It's maybe like 4 feet apart or more, but the wrists are underneath or on top of the ankles about. All right, so arms are open. Let's take the hands behind, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back, look upwards, really open up the chest, and then exhale, fold over the legs. Take a nice breath in, releasing excess energy on the breath out. One more breath. We're going to start to rise back up to standing, taking the arms out to the sides. Let's start with a warrior bee today. Turn the right foot out. The left foot will be facing same direction as the hips. We want the chest, the hips to be basically facing out in front as they were. Just the right hip is rotated out. Arms are open, bend into the right knee, and then let's turn the head to look past the right fingertips. So now we have some rotation in the neck. Shoulders back and down. Try not to lean towards that right thigh, but keep the body vertical, the upper body. Even breath. Now we're going to go into a little bit of a back bend. So take that left hand down the left leg and reach the right arm up and maybe slightly over. Looking upwards past the right hand. So when we use our eyes, we're actually improving the circulation in the eyes and in the face. So we want to use the eyes as opposed to keeping them closed, even though I love to keep them closed. I always have to remind myself. Let's bring the arms back to center, straighten the right leg, and we'll shift to warrior bee on the left side. Turning the left foot out, and then lunging into the left knee. Once we're there, turn the head to look past the left fingertips. Strong breath. This is a very strong posture. We're going to keep the left knee bent, bring the right hand down the right leg, take the left arm up and over. You might flip the palm to face back. And on the next inhale, we'll straighten the legs, bring the arms out, turning toes to face the same direction here as the hips. Then let's turn the toes in a little bit and bring the hands behind, interlace the fingers. Squeeze the shoulders back, look up once again, and exhale, fold over the legs. Maybe letting a sigh escape out through the body. This time we're going to be releasing the arms down on the breath out. And depending on which direction you are, you're going to walk to the leg that makes sense to you. We're just shifting into a table posture. So how we can get there is going to be different for everybody. We might need to bring the feet together first or just send that back knee down. But one knee at a time, we come into our table posture. And how about we rest for a moment in child's posture? Take the knees apart, big toes together. Bring the hips to the heels, and then release the trunk down, letting the head go. So the arms can be out, extended forward, or you can tuck them in. If you just kind of want to retreat for a moment, tuck them in underneath the trunk towards the feet, turning the face to one direction. And then we'll turn the face the other way if you had your arms tucked in. And we'll start to rise up to table posture now, hands and knees. So today we're working on shoulders and neck. I'm going to do a little bit of motion here where we have the knees apart, the wrists under the shoulders. You might take the knees a little further apart than the hips. The next inhale, lift the right arm up. Keep the left arm straight. Exhale, draw the right arm underneath the left, but keeping that left arm straight. And then inhaling the right arm up and exhaling, drawing through. Let's do this a few more times. As you're doing it, you can feel things in the right arm happening, but also the left shoulder. When you tuck the arm underneath the left arm, you can feel the left shoulder stretch a little. So I wasn't counting, just feeling. Take another breath with that arm reaching up. And then we'll bring the hand down and then we'll switch sides. Inhaling the left arm up. Exhale, threading through, keeping right arm straight. Keep going at the pace of your breath. Probably one more. And then releasing. Okay, so we have the knees apart. Take the hands and slide them forward. Keep the hips over the knees and lower the head down. You can work on forehead down or keep the head floating and maybe draw the chin forward or towards the mat. Keeping the forearms lifted so you can feel this through the armpits and the chest. This is a chest opener. Another deep breath. And we'll inhale, come up to table, and let's switch over to seated. Once you're there, we'll have the left leg out in front and the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Sitting up tall, hands can come next to the hips. Start to flex and point the left foot. Now, if it's hard to be here because you have a lot of tightness in the back of the leg, bend the knee and you can still do the same thing. Or you can alternate between bending and straightening the leg as you flex and point the foot. And then let's just loosen up the leg. So just shaking it left to right. And then we'll settle the leg and keep the toes facing up. So again, if you can let go of the hands and if you feel like the spine is still tall and it's not starting to curve in, then you can keep legs straight. Otherwise, bend the knee and you'll get more height in the spine. That'll protect the spine. Next inhale, lift lift both of the arms up, and then start to hinge right from this hip crease without bending the back. We want to keep the back straight. Hands can come to the back of the legs, or maybe to the knee area, or maybe to the calf, or if you're a little bit more flexible, hands can come to the foot. And then inhale, lengthen, lift the heart. Exhale, send the heart towards the left foot. Even if you stretch the back of the leg, I've discovered in the morning, you can sit for a couple hours or so and it's back to where you started in the morning. So this is a muscle to return to, a system of muscles to return to multiple times in the day, taking those folds wherever we can. Deep breath in, lengthening, deep breath out, relaxing in. And we'll inhale, come to center, switching legs. Inhale, reach, oh, nope, not yet. We need to move our foot around, loosen things up. Maybe bend and straighten the leg. All right, and we'll Flex the foot, decide if you need to bend the knee or keep it straight, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward and bring the hands somewhere where you can, kind of stay relaxed in the shoulders so we aren't really like focusing on stretching the shoulders. It's more like the low back and the back of the leg. Inhaling, feeling length. Exhaling, heart forward. One more breath. And we'll inhale, rise up. Okay, so let's extend the left leg. So the next thing, it looks like it's happening for the spine, but we're doing, it really is much more for the upper back too. So we're going to plant the right foot, and we have a couple options. Keep the left foot pointing up. A couple options. You can either hug the left leg with the hand or with the elbow, or with the right hand down, fingers face back, you can lift that left arm and draw the left elbow outside of the thigh and see what works. But we really want to create some like strength, some tension in the left arm against the right leg. So here, find that position, lift the heart, and then turn to the right. So we're massaging the inner organs, we're getting the spine neutralized and also encouraging the detoxification process of the body. But we're also creating some heat, we'll call it, in the upper back, right now in the shoulder blade, left side, and that's going to help release. But let's add to that by bending that left arm if it isn't already, and turning the hand downward if you aren't hugging the leg, if you had your elbow outside of the knee. And that's going to increase. I have found this to be very helpful. It's going to increase the release in the upper back. And we'll inhale, come to center. Let's switch legs. Before you do, just notice how the upper back feels, how the legs feel, the spine, and then switch. Left foot draws in, planting the foot. Find out where you're going to be, either hugging that leg in close, very beneficial, or drawing the elbow outside of the thigh. Left hand behind, fingers face back. Getting tall either way and turning to the left. Turning the head, turning the eyes. And again, if you have elbow outside of the thigh, maybe you lower the forearm with the arm bent. It just gets that shoulder rotating inwardly a little bit more. Pressure is really important. Keep pushing into the leg. And we'll inhale, come back to the center. Let's cross the ankles and sit up nice and tall. Move the shoulders around in circles, maybe move the head around. We're going to get into the neck now. So shoulders up, back, down. Fold the hands into each other with the thumb tips touching. And start to shift the head left and right a few times. And the breath will be slower than the movement of the neck, of the head. Head to center and then up and down. And then head to center. Lift the right ear up towards the sky. We're stretching the right side of the neck. Bring the head to center, lift the left ear up. Head to center, tilt the head left and right. You may hear a little extra crunching sounds. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, release the chin down, take a deep Sigh out through the mouth. And bring the head back to the middle for chin tucks. So chin juts forward and then draw it all the way in towards the neck. So forward and in, forward, in. Take a few of these. A lot of the tension in the neck, achy neck in the back, often has to do with the front of the neck is very short. The muscles are short and tense because we're always taking our chin forward, looking at our screens and things. Okay, so then bring it to a neutral place. Cross the wrists, bring the fingers to the base of the neck, right above the collarbone. There's those muscles that go all the way up to the behind the ears. We're going to push into this muscle with our fingers and then lift the chin. Let's bring the head to center for a moment. Take a breath and then go again, pressing in and lifting. And bring the chin to center. Release the hands. Just bring the hands right to the knees. Draw the chin down. Take a deep breath in and out. And bring the head to center. We're going to come all the way down to the back, and we need to rest. So it goes so quick. Bring the knees into the chest, give them a big squeeze, and rock a little side to side. I find that if I don't take the final resting posture, which is also translates as corpse posture, if I don't find it, if I don't relax, my nervous system is going way too fast still. So part of this is to come into the relaxation response. Let's take the feet to the corners of the mat or take them apart. Let the toes shift away from each other. Bring the arms alongside the body. Lift the upper back so you can settle the shoulder blades back down. And then let the weight of the body keep them still so that the shoulders aren't rounding. The hands are away from the thighs. The palms are flipped up. We don't want any sensation apart from the atmosphere around on the palms or fingers. Take a deep breath in through the nose. As you do, scrunch up the face. Hold the breath. And then exhale, release through the mouth and relax the face. Again, inhaling, tensing the face up. Exhale, letting go. So now just allowing the breath to be natural, not trying to control it or force it or make it rhythmic. But the work that we did will have helped the breath come to a stable place. And we want to come out of doing anything, and we want to come into just being, just lying here on the floor, just relaxing the eyes and the face. Feeling the right leg relax from the hip to the toes, and the left leg relaxing from the hip to the toes. The right arm relaxes from shoulder to fingers. Left arm from shoulder to fingers. Trunk from the neck down to the pelvis. The back from the neck down to the hips. Feel the weight of the head, the weight of the arms, the weight of the trunk, the weight of the legs. Feeling the whole body relaxed. The whole body is relaxed. The whole body is relaxed. Still relaxing, totally letting go of any movement, any need to do anything at all. And just allowing for the breath to be natural, no need to do anything with the breath. Still relaxing, letting thoughts drift in and out. And then without changing anything, just become aware of the body. Notice the breath moving through the trunk. And start to take deeper breaths now as we're coming back into activity, but let's see if we can stay as relaxed as we are now. Once you've taken a few breaths, moving now the fingers and the toes. And then you can draw the arms behind, extend the toes forward, feet together, arms back as you lift the belly button up. And then draw the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the knees. And you can roll to one side to rise, or you can rock right up to seated. Sitting up nice and tall with the ankles crossed. Bring the palms together. We are such better versions of ourselves when we are relaxed. So let's see if we can maintain this state of consciousness as we move through the rest of the day, even though there might be many things to attend to. And keep the body as relaxed as it can be, palms together, feeling for a moment that inner silence just for another second. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I honor the light in you that is the same light in me. Namaste.